Let's see. I should be back on. Yeah, I'm back. I don't know if the other viewers are gonna know that they have to restart the stream though. And that killed my stream on. I have to actually reschedule. Well, yeah, okay. It says I'm live. All right, it's back. Well, okay. Hooray. I actually had solid numbers though. Okay. Well, that's why I can't have nice things. Oh, so you just opened now. Okay, game. Cool. How are you doing, Tetra? Commented a Zelda race with Cheeseball. Cool. That's the Eternal Flame or whatever it is. Ah, okay. The dragons. We're gonna have an ad break here. I'm gonna run an ad break now before we actually get into this fight, so that way, folks who are watching don't get hit with one. So, hey, we're gonna hang out for a few minutes while those ads run. That got reset as well. So yeah, let's see, things I'm working on. Spent the day getting interop working between Minecraft and StreamerBot, so when Minecraft Week starts in January, you guys will be able to fuck with me on stream, preferably without doing the B-Sod video. But no, you'll be able to kill me or spawn creepers or whatever you want, like, in the game, so... I don't know why. I don't know why that does that. It's the video, like, the amount of effort I have had to spend getting OBS to play videos in a decent way is dumb. Just absolutely dumb. Like, the fact that you can't play the same video twice, or that you can't load the same video twice in a row, the fact that it is one aspect of OBS that is truly frustrating to me. And then it seems to like we haven't had one of those in a while where it locked OBS up, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know that I can do anything about that one. It's just very frustrating. We got a minute, just over a minute left on the ads that are running. Yeah, it's 3 minutes. I run 3 minutes every hour, and I have it set to auto start. So when the stream starts, it runs an ad break right away at the beginning. That way we get an hour of ad free. And then it runs another 3. That's why I take ad breaks, because it runs a full 3 minutes of ads, and then we get another hour. That way I don't have to, that way we aren't getting hit with like 90 seconds worth of ads at the half hour. Yeah. So because I had to restart the stream, it had to do basically the ad break to at the start. All right, ads should be over now. We're gonna commence and beat this game. Yeah, I preach. I don't care. This is the very end of the game, yeah. Okay. I'm not going to use magic yet because I want to see what it can do. There's a specific thing that we have to do apparently. I haven't been able to get it to work, but in order to get the good ending of the game, we have to do it. So we're going to try it anyway. It was implied that Kid, the girl in the red, might be Shayla, who is Magus' sister. I don't understand it. All right. Yellow. I don't understand. I don't want to screw this up. 1 second. black. It's not gonna work, but I just needed the black on the board. She has no... Oh, she does. Okay. Oh, green, blue, black, white. Why, game? I don't understand why that didn't work. Miss. Why is it missing? Right, we're gonna back out and come back in. Alright, maybe we need to do it at the end. I don't get it. But at this point, I want to see the good ending, right? Like... Well, All that work for nothing. Okay. I'm guessing so. So basically the Reptites from the first game got pissed off that we kind of obliterated them out of existence, and the dragons are them. I think that's what's happened. I don't. The story is very hard to follow. But we are the two realities from what I've gathered. The two realities that we were swapping back and forth between. One is the timeline that Chrono saved, and the other is a timeline that Lavos won in, and humanity ended up being destroyed. And essentially, the Reptites were stuck in the bad timeline, and they didn't like that. So they used us to kind of open things up and allow themselves to escape. And now there's a possibility that we're going to fuck up the good timeline. And somehow Kid is Shayla. I haven't figured that all out yet, but yeah. They mentioned Magus in a book, or in a letter, I guess. From Luca to Kid, because apparently Kid was growing up in an orphanage that was Luca's house. That was Luca's old house. Oh, and the Jester girl, Harley, she was a dragon. I don't know how. This creature is all of the dragons merged together. And, yeah, that's a thing. I don't understand why that healed it, but okay. This is green. He'll be green here, so I bet you green will heal him. Damn it. Next phase. Okay. This is blue, right? So. I think this is blue. We got the Masamune from Chrono Trigger. It actually became Surge's weapon. And I'm not quite... And somehow it allowed us to travel back in time and see Kid at the orphanage, and then we burned down Kid's orphanage. Or, well, we didn't burn it down. We tried to not burn it down. But apparently we didn't rescue all of the kids that were in the orphanage before it burned down, which I didn't know that they were there because they were hiding. And they were apparently hiding really well. How many fucking hit points does this thing have? Oh, only 14,000. Used. Fuck. Okay. Hey, cool. We just stole one of its magics. Balthazar? Temporary form that the real dragon god uses in order to appear in this dimension. The actual dragon god was consumed long ago, swallowed by that being on the other side of the dimensional darkness. The frozen flame is a splinter from an extraterrestrial being, Lavos. I knew it! One who connects with the frozen flame is, in effect, links with Lavos itself. As the mediator between Lavos and living things, that one will gain extraordinary powers by binding with the new seed of destruction, the Devourer of Time. Now, go to the place where time became divided and weave the threads of time together again, Chrono Trigger. The beach. We have to go to the beach. Born from the fusion of a life form from this planet with Lavos, who nests on the far side of the dimensional void. It's very convoluted. Very, very convoluted. The far-off future, when the fusion becomes complete, it will awaken. Then the Devourer of Time will begin to consume all space-time continua. Despair and hatred, to return all things to nothingness, that is what it desires. Here, take this with you. Time Egg will enable you to travel beyond space-time.
Oh, Chrono Cross, the game that gave me brainache for days. Alright, sit your sinning butts down. It's about this dude named Serge who finds himself flipping through parallel worlds like pancakes. There's elemental beings, time travel, a bunch of characters with their own issues, and a convoluted plot that'll twist your brain into a knot. Enjoy the headache, sinners.
Let me pull up what I read last night, okay? We'll give a rundown here real quick. Okay, this is off Reddit, okay? Imagine a dimension where maybe Lavos never fell to the earth. A world where reptites never died, where they could evolve and become an advanced civilization. This species would evolve more closely to the planet. Imagine that they create a biological supreme being. This being is known as the Dragon God, an avatar and representation of all of the elements of the planet. Take it as a kind of protector of the planet. This reptite, these are the lizard people that were in the prehistoric era before Lavos crash landed into the earth. This reptite civilization also can create a great tower of research called Dinopolis. You with me? Good. Now enter Chrono Cross. The plot of Chrono Cross revolves around the dimension where Lavos did fall into the earth, where he made humans evolve, and where reptites went extinct. Humans did not evolve along with the planet, and in this sense, they are kind of enemies of the planet. In this world, many years in the future, humans created a research center called Chronopolis, where they could manipulate time. They also created a supercomputer called Fate. In that center, something went wrong and the research center traveled many, many years into the past. The planet, which in these games has a conscience, felt this disturbance, so to counter the effects of humans meddling with time, took the tower of the other dimension, Dinopolis, along with the dragon god and transported them into the past so they could destroy the tower of the humans. Chronopolis and Dinopolis entered a war, and finally, Fate and Chronopolis won. Fate then used the frozen flame to imprison the dragon god and divide him into 7 pieces. Those were the dragons that we saw throughout the course of the game. But by using the frozen flame, made the dragon susceptible to Lavos' influence, which is why the dragon was consumed by the Time Devourer. In that sense, dragons are evil because they have been consumed by Lavos, but that does not change the fact that all they wanted was for humans to be destroyed. So I guess they were always evil. All Fate wanted was to keep humanity alive, but did so by controlling free will and killing everything that stood in its path. So Fate is also evil. No, there won't be a test. But that's basically where we're at right now. We've killed Fate. All that we have left to do is kill the Time Devourer. And then we should finally be out on the other side of this mess. So there was no direct time traveling in this game, but we're messing around with an aborted timeline, basically. This is Dinopolis that we were on. We were previously in Chronopolis. Maybe. Interestingly, Lavos, the boss from Chrono Trigger, he kind of interfered with everything and saw this dual timeline thing as a way for him to escape his original fate. Issue ain't whether we defeat the bastard or not. I'm afraid that depending on how we go about it, we could lose out on gaining something really precious. So the issue is the way we fight. I guess is the key to finding that lies at the beach. Yep. Oh, hey, it's Luca. Hi, Luca. And Chrono. You finally made it, Surge. When did this sorry tale all begin? Was it 10 years ago when you almost drowned here? Was it 14 years ago when you were wounded by the panther demon that attacked you? That resulted in you being carried to Chronopolis, where you came into contact with fate and the frozen flame. Or perhaps it was 2,400 years in the future when the time crash hurled Chronopolis back to prehistoric times. Or could it have been 12,000 BC when an ancient magical kingdom met its end after trying to use Lavos? Each is close to being correct, and yet at the same time so far from the right answer. The true beginning was during the destruction of the ancient kingdom of Zeal. As the palace collapsed around her, Princess Shayla was sucked into a dimensional vortex along with the Lavos Mammon machine. Shayla and Lavos became unified into one even more powerful entity that would evolve into the Devourer of Time. Filled with the hatred of sadness of Lavos, half of Shayla's mind became set on destroying all of existence. Yet at the same time, the other half of her mind desired to save the universe and to be rescued herself. As Shayla fell through the time gate in this condition, we heard your crying echoing through time. This is when her story and yours began to intertwine. It is also when the past and the future began to intersect, and when the world became divided into two. Led by the pitiful crying the young Surge made as the panther demon's poison took hold of him. Yes, Surge, the sound of your crying touched the heart of Princess Shayla. Before the destructive mind could become dominant, she cloned herself and sent a copy of herself into this dimension. Shayla left her baby daughter clone with her ancient magical pendant. This was to safeguard her daughter clone in life and death situations. The pendant would rewind time a little, sending her daughter clone into a safer point in the immediate past. That's right, Kid is Shayla's daughter clone. Okay, that's... okay. I mean, that's an explanation. And now about Project Kid, the time control project Balthazar planned out. The whole project existed to lead you to this one special point in time. The founding of Chronopolis, the time crash, and the battle between fate and the dragon gods. It was all coordinated so that you would get your hands on the Chrono Cross and come to this place. Of course, Kid was not to know anything about this whole plan until later. Further in the future, she is meant to travel back 10 years in time from now to save Surge from drowning. Kid was also meant to call Surge into the other world as he spoke with Lena here on El Paso Beach. You're our last hope, our final chance. Only you, who came into contact with Shayla and Kid, Shayla's clone daughter, can do it. In the darkness that exists on the other side of time, Shayla has been integrated with the Devourer of Time. Please, Surge, rescue Princess Shayla from the binds of that monster and her own hatred. Show us the life forms that exist on this planet. Show us, the life forms that exist on this planet, what our new future will be. What do you gotta say, Marl? Anything? A new species is about to be born on this planet, an alien life form even more evolved than the old Lavos. At the darkness beyond time, the weakened Shayla came under the... Yep, we got that. Now it is up to you, the one whom the frozen flame has chosen as its arbiter. You alone can decide how the new Lavos, which has encaged Shayla within it, will evolve from here. Balthazar foresaw this was going to happen in his world in the year 2300, and he was determined to prevent it from happening no matter what it took. The Chrono Cross, it alone can combine the sounds of the planet that the 6 types of elements produce. The melody and harmony that brim within all life forms use the song of life to heal her enmity and suffering. We entreat you, Surge. Please save Shayla. Where even angels lose their way. 10 years ago, you died at this very spot. There's no mistake. You drowned. The truth is, this world in which you are still alive is the irregularity. This is the false reality. 10 years ago, it was Lynx who tried to kill you at this beach. After Prometheus broke the link between Fate and the Flame, Fate tried to eliminate any obstacle that stood in its way. In the meantime, the 6 dragons had sent Harley forth to try and gain possession of the Flame. Harley made contact with Fate's biological incarnation, Lynx, and tricked him into temporarily joining forces. The elimination of the Prometheus' circuit lock on the frozen flame was everyone's top priority. Lynx and Harley abducted Luca, who alone could release the Prometheus lock that guarded the flame. The whole attempt only ended in failure, so they waited for you to appear instead. You see, Fate calculated that you would one day cross the dimensions and try to make contact with the flame. I don't know how to break this to you, but Lynx was actually your father, Wazuki. Drawing closer to the flame caused him to become unstable, and the image of you dying in terror changed him completely. Finally, after having his psyche totally eroded, he lost his soul and was easily integrated by Fate. Fate turned Wazuki into a biological interface, modeling him after your worst fear at the time, Panther. Although Wazuki managed to escape from Chronopolis with you, he later completely succumbed to Fate. Humans are such fragile, disjointed, imperfect things. Love and hate, life and death. Perhaps even Fate itself dreamed of using the flame to someday reincarnate itself into a new species. It's quite sad, really. Like when you gaze into the flame gazes back at you. Alright. Alright. Oh, black, white. Pumpkin out. This is it right here. You can make it like 10 more minutes. You're gonna see it, hopefully. Very pretty. I've been waiting for an eternity just for this very moment. Meaninglessly hurting one another, then disappearing life forms. The disappearing life forms. Love to hate, hate to love. Why are we born? Why do we die? Evolution? The survival of the fittest? What is there to be achieved from harming one another, killing one another?
Hey there, sinners. Makuma here, your favorite devilish assistant. We just wanted to give a shout out and a big ol' thank you to the sinner who just liked our live stream on YouTube. You just elevated your sinning status to top tier. Keep spreading that sinful love.
Thank you so much for the like. I really appreciate it. The eggs that we call planets and the innumerable spermatozoa, the life forms which gather around them. When one of those countless seeds is joined with a planet, a new universe is born. All this exists for that one moment. Also, that universe can evolve into the next dimension. Does that make us all just pawns? Are each of our short lives nothing but a cheap sacrifice just so the one chosen life form can be born? No, that is not the case. Each and every one of us has a chance of becoming that one chosen life form. Yes, it could be you. And you! Each of us tries to do our best with the hand we're dealt. Be it our genes or the environment we live in, each life form struggling to make the best of the life it's given forms a link in the golden chain that leads to the creation of a new universe. Every single thing in the whole of nature is perhaps just dreaming a dream of life. All of them are also perhaps nothing more than a dream dreamt by a planet before its birth. Oh, but yes, eventually all dreams will return to Zervan, Sea of Dreams. Surge, don't go yet, Surge. It's alright. Everything is alright now. Time, which has been divided, will be unified again. The time for farewells has come. You will lose all memory of this whole adventure and return to your own time. But this time, you'll be able to live your own life. We alone do not have the power to heal the world's woes or to solve all its mysteries. And yet, even then... It was bloody good knowing you, mate. Thanks for being born, you Surge. I guess now's the time to say see you later, mate, but I'll find you. Sometime, somewhere, I'm bloody sure of it. No matter the time, no matter the world you live in, I'll find you. I'm sure I'll find you. Surge, hey Surge. What? Terra Tower? Fate? What are you talking about? I thought he was not supposed to have his memories. Thus the curtain closes on another tale. An eternity has passed. Fleeting dreams fade into the distance. All that is left now is me and my memories. But I'm sure we'll meet again. Someday, you and I. Another place, another time. It's just that we might not realize that you are you and I am me. Let us open the door to the great unknown, come across another reality, and live another today. Even when the story has been told, life goes on. Until we meet again, take care of yourself, my friend. Forever yours. Shayla Kidzeal. I still don't, whatever. I know that she's Shayla, but I just don't. Such a weird way to do that, but okay. Hello, game. All right. There's our credits. Okay. I mean, I can see where they were trying to go with it, right? Like, they don't want to retread the same stuff that Chrono Trigger did. They don't want to make it purely time travel. And there's a lot of characters in this game. Like, a lot. And I just, like, there's more characters than you could possibly, like, you can't even get them all in one playthrough. The game, from what I understand, requires you to do a new game plus in order to get the rest of them. I don't know. Like Harley, you can't recruit permanently unless you do a new game plus. So I'm really not sure like, they really needed to, like, take a look at the story as they had written it and, like, simplify it a little bit, I think. Because it's really hard to follow. However, that said, the game's soundtrack is absolutely amazing. It might be one of the best Square Enix soundtracks ever written, or ever composed. I'm glad I played through it. I will probably play through Radical Dreamers at some point in the future, because that is an alternate take on the sequel to Chrono. That was a SNES era sequel that only came out on the Satellaview. And from what I understand, Magus is actually in that one. But the next game that we have coming up, which I'll be starting tomorrow night, will be Undertale, which I've played before, but I want to play it again before I started Deltarune, which I have not played. So yeah, that'll be fun. It's interesting that they've got like real footage intermixed with the CG. I am also really surprised that they did not run these video files through some kind of an AI upscaler like they did with the textures. Is that supposed to be Shayla? Like, the real person that's wandering around in those videos? It is so weird seeing real footage in this game. I'll find you, even if I have to search the world over. Sometime, somewhere, I'm sure. The end. I'm glad I played it. I don't know that I will ever play it again. But I'm glad I played through it at least once. I missed the battle tutorial. Like, I didn't skip it. I missed it. And the fact that you can miss the battle tutorial shocks me, honestly. Where games are, I'm so used to games like shoving these tutorials down your throat. And this one, if you don't talk to a specific NPC and just go do the plot points, you don't get it. And then when you come back to talk to him, because he joins your party and he has to join your party, but when you come back, he's like, oh, you're too strong, you don't need it. Which I did need it, because I had no idea what I was doing with the battle system for most of this game. Alright, what would I rate the backlogged here? I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I think that's fair. It is nowhere near as good as Chrono Trigger was. But it wasn't an awful game. Just confusing. All right. Well, YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream there. Twitch, I will keep streaming for just a little bit because I still have another hour-ish left. All right, so YouTube viewers, thank you so much for hanging out and watching. I will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time with Undertale. Twitch viewers, stick around. We will see you then, YouTube.